What would happen if we were to take ourselves off the auction block when it comes to your self-worth? I beg you, do not proceed with caution. That's it. Hi somebody. Yada, 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 yada. Welcome to Rebel4Aspell, where it's all about discovering your voice, natural hair, and soul care. So, have you ever wondered what would happen? What would happen if we were to take ourselves off the auction block? Do you know what I'm talking about, auction block? For example, if I remember one of my cousins, she wanted to get a car, so she went to the auction block where cars are being auctioned off for whatever reason. So you what would happen if you took yourself off the auction block and said, "This is my worth. This is my worth." That's what we're talking about today. How to harvest, how to nurture, how to nourish high quality self-worth. I believe that's the fundamental human right, is for us to cultivate, harvest, nurture, live and manifest high quality self-worth. Are you with me today? If you are, darlings, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you are notified when we are here to serve you with more videos to help you through and to your purpose. That's why this channel was opened up. Self-worth. That's what the video is about today. I hope it helps you. I hope you share the video with your friends, your families, and your loved ones, because let's tell the truth. We have all, at some point or the other, maybe even right now today, we have all been in some kind of struggle. You know, I remember when my brother and I growing up, and one of my first experience with understanding the power and understanding the freedom of self-worth was the fact that we were always bullied. He was bullied for some reason or the other. I was bullied for 25 other reasons. He was bullied for 45 other reasons. Kids were, you know what they are, mean. And even some of our tutors and, teachers were not kind. And I can get into that another time. Oh, by the way, brother, I love you. Wherever you are right now, you're the sweetest gift ever. I remember praying for you, begging Ma for you, and here you are. Back to the video. I remember my brother and I were bullied. Oh my goodness, terribly. And every time that happened, you know what Mother did? I love you, Ma. Mom would hold our faces. I could remember it like it were today. She'd come and hold our faces in her hand. She said, "Look at me. Look at me when. Look at me. Nobody is better than you are. Nobody is better than you." And she would say it, and we would say it in our little voices. Nobody is better than you are. From her doing that and reinforcing and giving us that exercise to do, it had a balancing effect. And even in nurturing and investing and implanting that awareness that, hey, Mom respects us, she understands, and she's gonna fight for us. So who's fighting for you now, the adult? For your high value self-worth that you need to give yourself. Now don't get it confused. We're not necessarily talking about self-esteem. Self-esteem is, according to me, darling, self-esteem to me equates more to your abilities, a comparison of what you do to somebody else, what they do. And so there's a benchmarking that happens and you feel enlivened by it. To me, that's self-esteem. How you view and believe yourself to be. Self-worth is such a puzzle. And it took living, from really going through the motion of living and experience. We measure our self-worth by external factors, our appearance. You say, okay, for me to have high self-worth, again, good or bad, this is how we're made in this society. We have to make sure that we look good. We're not too big, not too small, or hair is not too kinky, or hair is not too straight, or tan is perfect, or tan is not perfect enough. I don't weigh more than a toothpick. I have to make sure my booty is nice and juicy like a jade. And we live in a superficial society, a superficial world, so I get it. So some people equate self-worth to appearance. There's a danger in that. We're gonna keep going. Next thing. What about financial acquisition and possession? Some people say, you know what? You are not worthy when, because you do not live in a mansion and you do not have a summer house in Milan or wherever, I don't know, I'm making that up. Or in the Caribbean, in St. Kitts, you do not have a summer rental in the that's what some people do. Or your stock portfolio, it doesn't have this. Or you don't drive a BMW. You're not worth anything. That's, again, external forces telling us our value. That's dangerous. Number 2. Number 3. What about your social circles? Who are your friends? Oh, you only have 2 people following you on Instagram? You're not worth anything. That's all you have? Nothing. I'm worth more than you because I have 10,000 on Instagram, 5 million trillion on TikTok, and all these on YouTube. And so some people equate your worth to social circle status. Oh, you know so-and-so. Oh, and he's the chairman of the this. Oh, she must be worth something because she's attached to that. Again, external forces telling us our worth. Danger number 3. Let's talk about the next danger. Some people, and we've all been guilty of that, including me back in the day, not anymore. Some of us equate our worth to our profession, our vocation. Oh, she's worth something because, you know, she's a PhD, or he's an MD, a lawyer. What are the 3 things you heard when you were growing up as a kid? You better be a lawyer, a doctor, or some kind of thing like that. You weren't ever, at least in my culture and from my circle of friends that I'm with, you never heard of, you know what? You go out there and you be the best carpenter you can be because, or you know what? Try to be a janitor, because that right there, you never heard stuff like that. It was always a handful of professions that we were all encouraged to pursue. If you weren't these 5 things, then you weren't worth anything. I get it. We want to make sure that we have a sustainable and good income stream coming in. But a lot of people equate themselves and their self-worth to their career. It's all about how somebody else, external forces, would see you. All right, and the last danger zone of our external forces that are telling us our value is what? Achievement. Oh, she's worth something because, you know, she was performing at the this and that. Yes, in Madison Square Garden, so she's worthy of something. You know what? She's accomplished because she made the WNBA, so that person is worth something. Or she's worth something because she has this and that MBA and she works in Wall Street. All these things are external forces that society tells us. This is what you are measured by, and I'm here to crash that train. I'm here to crash that mobile. When it comes to your self-worth, I beg you, do not proceed with caution. Let's say it again. When it comes to your self-worth, do not proceed with caution. What does self-worth mean? Self-worth, according to me, is the basic right, a basic knowledge, a basic acknowledgement that just from being human, yes, I'm gonna say it again, just from being human, you deserve to be loved, respected, treasured, and honored just from being human, and recognizing that first within. Self-worth comes from within. Self-worth comes from within. Only you can determine your value truly. Again, let's say it again. Say it with me. Only you can determine your value. How can we elevate our frequency and value that we give to ourselves? So the first one is, the first thing, according to me, is start to understand who you are. Study yourself. Ask yourself, who am I? You may not have the answer, and that's okay. What brings me joy internally? What do I need internally to make me feel empowered, to make me feel happy, to make me feel joyful? You start right there. Start by understanding and learning yourself. Because remember, you can't elevate, you can't reach to the highest highs if you're still here at the baby stage level. And that's the first thing. Start by understanding and learning who you are and what your needs are outside of external factors. Remember what we said before, the 5 danger zones. Your lipstick cannot give you worth. Your car will not give you, your job will not give you worth. So think about, what do you need? An example, using myself. What do I need that cannot be bought? Inner peace. Inner peace. Feeling and knowing that deep within myself there's a certain calm, there's a certain surrender and acceptance that what happens or what is inner peace. That's an example for me. And then the next thing is respect. Your value is automatically attached to the way you treat yourself, which should be always with soft, tender kindness, like a mother to a babe, like a father to a babe. How do you treat yourself? How you treat yourself is the way you will be treated by others. Always remember that. And only you what can determine your worth. And people put a worth on you when they see that you, by how you behave, how you interact with them, how they can push you and how you react, they can see your worth. Here's an example. If you are dating somebody or trying to date somebody, I don't know what's going on, but you know what I mean. You're in a certain relationship. And you see, you say, this is what I need. And the person says, no, you need this. And you say, no, I need these are my values. And the person says, you know what, I'm going to give you this. If you lower your standards, that's your value right there. You undervalue and devalue yourself. The thoughts that you accumulate in your mind, are you nitpicking every action that you do, and you're criticizing and you're berating and you're hammering your self-esteem down to the ground? So right along with that is self-compassion. You know, we have to accept our flaws, embrace our quirky workiness. I was the quirkiest person, and I probably still am in my family. Quirky, quirky, quirky. And that's what makes you uniquely you. Who wants to be a model of the perfect Barbie or Ken? Forget about that, darlings. Forget about that. You should be you. The moment you accept and embrace your essence, you know, your nose shape, your eyes shape are different. One side is droopy, and that's all that makes you you. You are uniquely made. Accept it and embrace it. So, we talked about this in one of the recent videos about forgiving ourselves. That's a very important part of self-worth and elevating our self-value. We have to forgive ourselves for what we didn't know, we needed to know. What did we learn? How can we try not to repeat it again? But forgive yourself. Self-talk for me is important. Look yourself in the mirror and gently say, it's all right, it happened, you learned from this, and you move through it. And you say it again. The moment you hear the self-doubt and the nitpicking that comes back into your head, that self-chatter, oh, you should have done this, and clap it back, baby. Even if you literally have to go step back, and that's what I've done sometimes. Not today. Step back, clap it back. No more nitpicking of myself. Forgive yourself. It's already happened. What can we do to move forward? Because we sometimes are our own worst enemy. All of this is coming to a culmination of self-love. How do I love myself? Do you love yourself by waiting for your honey bunny to love you and that's how you feel energized? Do you love yourself by getting the diamonds or getting the new hairstyle? Those are danger zones. You love yourself by doing what? Accepting your personality, accepting your quirks, accepting that you may not be the best person at making, I don't know, a birthday cake, but it's okay. It's good. You accept yourself and you love yourself. The worst thing for you to do is say here, how much am I worth again? No. Do not proceed with caution. No. Do not proceed with caution when it comes to elevating your self-worth. Let's hear it again. Do not proceed with caution when it comes to elevating your self-worth. And please know, just as I told you as a child, my mom held our faces, you have to keep practicing it. You have to keep articulating to the world, whether it be your relationships, you have to be ready to fiercely protect your energy and leave some people by the wayside if they do not respect, acknowledge your self-worth, or they would need you to stoop down to their level, back on the auction block, and that other person, an external force, define your life. But here's what happens when you have a high quality self-worth. You know what you said to Mr. Man? Or Mr. Woman? Or Miss Woman? Thank you, goodbye. Turtle or darlings, there's the door. Get out, what you waiting for? You don't step down to somebody else's level once you have found your worth and you're living and breathing and treating yourself with loving kindness and compassion and positive self-talk, and you've clapped back the negativity. You have the strength and you have the awareness and the belief that you deserve it all. All right, darlings, tell us down below about your self-worth measurements. We're interested to learn and hear from each other. Thank you, Ma, for being the bestest best in the world.
Another video is waiting for you. Check it out. Check it out now.